My mission is simple, to make you money. I'm here to level the playing field for all investors. There's always a bull market somewhere, and I promise to help you find it. Mad Money starts now. Hey, I'm Cramer. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Cramerica. I'll do it, my friends. I'm just trying to make a little money. My job is not just to entertain you, but to educate and teach you. So call me, 1-800-743-CNBC. Tweet me, Jim Cramer. For years, hardly anybody knew Jensen Huang's name. The CEO of Nvidia was seen as someone who made the best chips for video games, if he was seen at all. If you spent thousands of bucks on a souped-up gaming PC, you might have heard of him. If you asked your German car dealer what made their car so superior, she might mention Nvidia, which is how I found out about it a dozen-odd years ago, when the head of Audi North America tipped me off about Nvidia's non-gaming greatness. But on a day where the NASDAQ exploded higher, surging 1.96%, as the Dow gained 96 points and the S&P rallied 1.18%, we have to think about what this man means to the market, because I can't remember another executive who had this much influence over U.S. stocks. It's a fitting tribute given today Nvidia's market cap exceeded Apple's, finishing just north of the Cupertino giant, $3.012 trillion for Nvidia, $3.003 for Apple. Sure, we've had some huge winners in our time, right? Steve Jobs, the iPhone, Bill Gates, Windows, Jeff Bezos, Amazon, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, now Meta. Those are individuals who personally changed the world. They're amazing men. But nothing like Jensen. Nothing at all. How has the CEO of Nvidia made a bigger splash than even Steve Jobs or Bill Gates? Look, Jensen is an American original. Immigrant, young genius, worked his way up the Denny's ladder to dishwasher. Gets degrees, starts company, almost fails, stands up to Intel, dismissed by Andy Grove. Even as people at the highest level at that company said Jensen's lightning-fast chips were the way to go. Now Nvidia has $3 trillion market cap, and Intel's worth a cool $131 billion. His chips have started nothing short of an industrial revolution. But let's cut to the chase. Nvidia got to more than $3 trillion because Jensen's been working on his game plan for decades. Nobody seemed to listen until ChatGPT exploded on the scene in November of 2022, and the world woke up to the power of generative AI. I had the privilege of seeing Jensen's ideas at work years ago, so I knew that he had it in him to do anything, come up with anything, visualize anything, execute anything. I have been in awe of this man for ages, not just because he's a visionary business person, but because he happens to also be a really nice guy. Okay, what the heck does nice have anything to do with it? Well, Jensen's a lover, not a fighter, and I preach his gospel now that I've mellowed with age. I'm turning into Jimmy Chill, I know that. You know, I went to TJX today to get this leather jacket, and a man stopped me. His name was Jeremy from New Hampshire, financial planner. His wife was there, too, because of you. She says this. She says to me this. Get close. Get close. She says, I retired because of you. Jeremy whipped out his phone, showed me his position. He said he had bought 2,000 shares of Nvidia because I couldn't stop raving about it, about the time when I named my dog Nvidia. And now they are wealthy beyond their dreams. He said, thank you. I said, thank Jensen Huang. Which brings me to today. If you made money in the market today, you probably have Jensen Huang and Nvidia to thank for it. See, ever since Dell reported a disappointing quarter late last week, Wall Street became convinced that they were signaling a slowdown in the data center, maybe even a slowdown in Nvidia. Now, that would be a devastating development because we currently have an arms race going. It's an arms race among Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and Oracle to build as many of these $6 billion structures as possible. These companies are the equivalent of nation states. They can easily spend fortunes building new data centers, much of which goes to Nvidia, because they make the chips that can handle accelerated computing and generative AI. That's them. That's what they do. Last week, Dell pulled the rug out from under the whole complex with what was thought to be an uncertain view. But last night, Dell competitor Hewlett-Packard Enterprise reported a fantastic quarter. They made it clear that the data center build-out is on fire, nowhere near completion. After reading the conference call, I thought that they were in the early innings of the build. Yes, early innings of generative AI. And the equipment we need to make it work. Geez, maybe they're in the first inning, for heaven's sake. And you know why? Nvidia, that's why. The roadmap for Nvidia chips, the latest Blackwell model, and the one now called, coming after Vera Rubin, after Philadelphia astronomer, believe me, I checked genealogy, not related. It's just going to get more and more potent and powerful. That means more and more data centers. Hewlett-Packard Enterprises doesn't hide its sponsorship. The company mentioned Nvidia 10 times on the call. Always about being aligned with Jensen. Getting it right with Jensen, I call it. HPE is right with Jensen. Once HPE clarified things, a huge number of stocks were off to the races. Of course, all the hyperscalers, but also every piece that goes into a data center. Everything from Eaton to Supermicro, Micron, Broadcom, Taiwan Semi. But so did Constellation Energy, Vistra, NRG. Yes, the cleaner utilities with spare power, because these data centers consume electricity like crazy. ARM Holdings tore higher. Semiconductor capital equipment plays, KLA, Applied Materials, Lam Research soared too, aided by an upgrade from sell to hold for the first two. It's a humbling towel throw from a bearish analyst. Now, I have rarely, if ever, seen the kind of pin action like we're getting through here. CrowdStrike reported last night. Okay, great quarter. On tonight, we got 4 NVIDIA mentions and 1 Jensen call out on that cybersecurity's conference call. ServiceNow stock seems to be finally catching up with the fundamentals, and you better believe that's partially driven by the company's closest with Jensen Huang. That stock could rally 50 points in a heartbeat. Maybe even just some film of them together. We have Snowflake tonight. Okay, on Monday, they announced an important partnership with Nvidia for customized AI applications for their customers. Jensen joined him virtually for the news. Virtually. Maybe good enough. Last night, Cisco talked about how Jensen picked Cisco to be his Ethernet partner and how it could be huge for numbers next year. And look, I didn't handpick all these different companies. They're just because they're connected to Nvidia. It was pretty much random. Oh, and you know this fight about how Elon Musk may have ordered 500 million NVIDIA H100 GPUs for Tesla, only to ship them to a social media company and his AI company? Well, Musk confirmed the story and said, quote, Tesla had no place to send the NVIDIA chips to turn them on. So they would have just sat in a warehouse, end quote. That makes sense. See, given how few chips NVIDIA's foundry, Taiwan Semi, can manufacture every single day versus the demand, Jensen doesn't want anyone stockpiled and wants them to be put to work. He particularly cares about sovereign AI, and he cares about healthcare AI. Now, I know that NVIDIA stock accounts for 1/3 of the S&P 500's rally this year, so it's easy to say it has outside influence. But as a former decent bowler before I hurt my elbow, I'll tell you that I've never ever seen anything like this. Every time NVIDIA hits the head pin, it's strike after strike after strike. And this is no joke. When a Blackwell-led computer has fully ingested all the Professional Bowlers Association data, they can build a robot that will only bowl strikes. Beware, it's coming. 300, 300, 300, 300. Again, there's a reason I renamed not one NVIDIA, but 2 NVIDIA dogs, hoping that people like Jeremy outside would buy 2,000 shares and make $2 million. Box checked. I'm grateful that Jensen lets me celebrate the pretender Nvidia Raghu Cramer, but what you need to know is that this man has a plan that is as galactic as Vera Rubin might envision. Go Google her, it's pretty amazing. That said, I know what Jensen wants to hear. Graciousness. So I'm paying homage the way really, the best way I know how, okay? Imitation. You know what that is. That is the highest form of flattery. And by the way, this is not from TGX. This happens to be borrowed. Although I love my TGX. It's really good. The stock was at 107 today. You hit that move? As he put it when I interviewed him in March, he might regard this, putting on this jacket, as super funny. Laughing on the inside. Bottom line, thank you, Jensen, for changing the world. And for you skeptics, take a look at today's biggest gainers. They're all they're just spinning pins, scattered this way and that. Because NVIDIA's speedball went right down the middle. Strike. How about we go to Fred in Oklahoma? Fred.
Hey, Jim.
Fred,
I
what's
had
up?
just acquired my target number of shares of Celsius Holdings, and then the price dropped about 12%. So do I get more of it, hold what I got? Or
I like Celsius. I think that there was some problem with the Pepsi distribution that did not make sense to me. We didn't get downgrades. I frankly still don't understand exactly what happened, but I think that Celsius is a good hold right here. Let's go to Lance in Maryland. Lance.
Booyah, Mr. Cramer. I'm a first-time caller, a happy club member, and I want to thank you for being the people's champion of investing.
Well, I sure try, and I got to tell that club member, Jeremy, and you, thank you so much for listening, because we pull our heart. You know, Jeff Marks is getting recognized on the street all the time, as he should, because he is the heart and soul of the club. Let's go to work.
My question, this stock has a 3.8% dividend, but has quickly lost over a quarter of its value. My fortitude is shaken. Is CVS a hold, buy more, sell? Thank you.
I am very concerned about CVS. The reason I'm very concerned about CVS is I spend enough time with Amazon for me to believe that when they do same day, like when I get home, I know the Zyrtec's going to be there. I ordered the Zyrtec at 4 a.m. You think the Zyrtec's going to be there? Of course the Zyrtec will be there. That is so much faster than going to CVS, which is actually 2 blocks from me. And that's what's happened in all of America. All right, look, I want to thank Jensen for changing the world as we know it. Put together that team at Denny's and stuff. He and I, we both talked because we were both dishwashers, and then I got promoted to busboy. And for all the skeptics out there, just take a look at today's biggest winners. See how Nvidia is influencing almost everyone on, and of course, this market. On Mad Money tonight, I'm going off the charts on copper to see if this mine metal could be maybe giving us some signals on where the market is headed next. Then what is CrowdStrike cooking up after a strong report last night? I'm breaking down the numbers see where the cybersecurity standout stands. And could Snowflake's new partnership to be with, yes, Nvidia, a catalyst for a comeback? I've got the software company's top brass fresh off of today's Snowflake Summit. So stay with Cramer.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.